I've been away for a while. So I haven't filmed in quite a few weeks, and there's no particular reason why. I've just been doing other things and just got out of the routine of filming. But today I am back and I'm ready to film some videos for you. So I'm thinking today I'm going to be doing a Michelle Keegan inspired makeup look. And this look that I'm going to do is kind of just gonna, I've been looking at a few pictures of her makeup and basically going to interpret her style into this look. So it's not based on one particular look, but just a few different looks that she's worn, and I've just bundled it all together for this inspired look today. So I'm just going to go with the flow and see what happens. I've got a few new products that I'm going to be using and trying out, which is fun. So if you'd like to see this Michelle Keegan inspired makeup look, then please just keep watching. So starting on the face, I'm going to be using the Rimmel Wake Me Up foundation. You all know that I used to use this foundation all the time, and I recently picked another one up because I ran out quite a while ago. So I've picked this one up and it looks like they've changed the formulation slightly. So we're going to give this one a go. This is in a slightly different shade as well. It's in the shade 200 Soft Beige. So going to give that a go, and I'm also going to be using the concealer, which I recently brought as well, and I haven't tried this yet either, so this will be nice to see how these work together. So I'm just going to buff this into the skin using my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush like usual. And if you are wondering, I have just put some tan on, so it's in the developing process. I'm using the Sun-Kissed Rapid Tan, I think it's called. It's the 1 hour, 60 minute developing time one, the newest one they've done, but I'm just going to leave it on while I film, because we all know Michelle Keegan, well, Michelle Wright, as she got married about a week ago. Oh dear. Basically, every time somebody says about a week ago, or I say it myself, this song keeps popping into my head and I have no idea what it is. I just know how it goes. I'm sure you all know it. It goes, about a week ago, that one. And it's really frustrating and I can't get it out of my head. So anyway, yeah, about a week ago she got married to Mark Wright, and the wedding pictures look amazing. If you haven't seen them, go and check them out. I think they're in Hello magazine or on the website, but she just looks so beautiful, and the whole wedding just seemed to be magical from the pictures. But yeah, she's always got a really nice glowy tan going on, so I thought I better bronze up for the occasion. So moving on to the concealer, I'm just going to add this underneath my eyes. You all know that I love my Collection Lasting Perfection concealer because it's just so full coverage and just amazing. So we'll see how this one compares. I quite like it. It doesn't seem to be as full coverage as the Lasting Perfection one, but it does seem to cancel out the dark circles under my eyes. So I'm just ever so quickly going to set my face. I'm going to be using the MUA Powder. This is in the shade 1, so it's fairly light. Hopefully it'll come out like a translucent powder. I don't think it's got much colour to it. So I'm just going to dust that over my face and underneath my eyes just to set the concealer. Nothing too heavy, just a light dusting. Moving on to brows. I'm not sure if I have showed you my new brow routine, but I will be doing, I've got something in my eye. So I will be doing a brow routine very soon because I have got a new technique and I'm really liking it. So I will be showing that soon. But for today I'm just going to be using this powder by Makeup Revolution in the shade Mocha Love. I'm not sure if I've showed you this in another video, but this is what I've been using to fill my brows in on a day-to-day basis, and it just seems to match my hair colour really nicely, and it's nothing too dramatic. So I use that with a small angled brush. Okay, so my brows are done. I'm next going to go in with bronzer to bronze up the face, warm the complexion, and also add a little bit of definition under those cheekbones. So I'm going to be using this Makeup Revolution bronzer. I haven't used this one in quite a while, so I thought I'd get it out today. This is in the shade Medium Matte. I always like to use a matte bronzer, especially for contouring. Popping that on a small dome brush. This is my favourite kind of brush as well for contouring. And then just getting underneath those cheekbones. And also across the temples. And then underneath the jawbone. Now that I have a little bit of colour in my face, I am going to move on to the eyes. And the palette that I'm going to be using today is by NYC, and I really do like their palettes. The eyeshadows are really good quality and super affordable. There's plenty of different options to choose from, but this one is in the shade 817 South Street Seaport. So, is that the colour? What a weird name. Okay, so it is the HD colour Quatro eyeshadow. So you get 4 eyeshadows and a little brush which nobody ever uses. So that is gone away. So you get a really pretty pearly white shade. These are all shimmer shades. So you get that one, a light rosy pink, a nice beigey golden colour, and then a nice chocolatey brown. So to start off with, I'm going to be using the light shimmery goldy pink and placing that just all over my lid. Actually, I'm just going to zoom you in a little bit. I never really wear pinks on my eyes, but I think it's very sophisticated. Okay, the next colour I'm going to be using is the next one up, and it's the light brown shade. Just taking that on a crease brush. And then I'm just going to place that through the crease. This is just going to be our transition shade, add a little bit more depth to the eye. Moving on to the last and the darkest shade, I'm going to be taking a small pencil brush and just cutting this in the outer V of the eye. So just placing it in the outer V and then just smoking it out into the rest of the shadows. I'm going to apply this quite heavily and then just blend it out. So using that same pencil brush, I'm going to be using that first light brown shade, and that's going to be running all underneath my bottom lash line, and I'm really just going to smoke this out. So placing it right in the lashes and then just smoke away. Then with the darkest shade, I'm just going to add that in the outer corner underneath the bottom lash line just to match it up to the top. So last but certainly not least, I'm going to be taking a little fan brush, and this is a mini one from Crown Brushes, and I'm going to be taking the lightest shade, so the highlight shade, and this is going to be going underneath our brows. Apply a little bit of that to the brush, and then just that underneath the brows. Obviously if you haven't got a fan brush then you haven't got to use a fan brush, but I haven't used it very much and I've been using it a lot recently and I'm digging it. I think it's very, very good. So if you don't have one, you may want to invest. It's just really nice for getting underneath the brow. Okay, taking a small tapered brush, I'm going to take that same highlight shade and just apply that in the inner corners of the eye, just on the tear duct area, and this is really just going to make it pop. I'm next going to add some liquid eyeliner. So If you want to know how I do this in depth, I do have a tutorial and I will link it somewhere here. So you can see how I do it in depth. But again, I'm just going to quickly go over this and not go into too much detail because it does take a while. But I'm basically just adding a thin line across the top, and then I'm just going to add a small wing in the outer corner. So winged liner done. I'm going to curl my lashes, and then I'm going to be using this NYC Smokin Hot Showtime Volume Mascara, which is not smoking hot in my opinion. I mean, it's not a bad mascara, but I did have my hopes up for it, so that's why I'm a little bit disappointed. But it's still an okay mascara, and because I'm putting lashes on, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt and give it another go. So that is the one I'm using, and this is in the shade Black. Right, while I'm here, I'm just going to add some mascara to my bottom lashes as well. So the falsies that I'm going to be using are fairly natural. They are the Allure pre-glued lashes, and I have used some of these before, but they were in a different style. These are $1.90, and this is what they look like. If you can see, they're quite natural looking, nothing too crazy. And as these are pre-glued, I normally take off the pre-glued strip and add my own glue, but I'm going to give it a go today. So place these in place. So moving on to lips, Michelle tends to go for more of a neutral lip as well on the pictures that I've seen. So I'm going to go in with this MUA lip liner in the shade Caramel Nougat, which I've been well loving recently. As you can see, it's had plenty of love and it's shrunk. So taking this, and I will be overlining my lips ever so slightly just to make them look a little bit fuller, and then filling them in with this as well. So just make sure your lip liner is nice and sharp to get a nice neat edge. Oh, and I forgot to say, in July, which is next month, I am going to California. I will be there for 3 weeks. I'm just doing a little bit of travelling with my boyfriend, so we will be somewhere between San Francisco and San Diego. We're travelling that part of the West Coast, so we'll get to see quite a lot of California. So if any of you live over there, please let me know some nice places to go to for food, beaches. I'm a beach lover, so if you know any really nice beaches, please let me know. But yeah, I'm super excited, and I just can't wait. I've been wanting to get over there for so long. I was also considering doing a few little vlogs while I'm over there, so let me know if you'd like to see that. You could just leave the lip like that, because I do actually really like the matte nude lips at the moment, and I think that's just a really pretty colour. But for Michelle's look, because this is a Michelle Keegan inspired look, I'm going to be adding a slightly little bit more pinky tone to it, and I'm going to be using the Natural Collection lipstick, and I really like this brand as well. It's super affordable and they have really good products. So I'm going to be using this lipstick. It's in the shade Rose Petal, and it is a Moisture Shine lipstick. Even though it has broken slightly in the packaging, it's still fun to use. So I'm just going to apply this straight over the top of the lip liner. Like so. So you can see how it just makes it a little bit more nude and a little bit more pinky, so it just balances the eyes out a little bit. So to finish off, I'm going to, nearly forgot then, oh my gosh, blusher and highlight. So I'm going to be using this Makeup Revolution palette. I've seen loads of people using these online, and I've been completely loving it recently. So I think I've used this in a few videos. This is the Sugar and Spice palette, and they are highly pigmented blushes. I'm going to be using this shade today. Oh my gosh. This shade today, they don't have names, but it's quite a neutral looking shade. Slightly, a little bit of like a dusky pink shade. So just applying that onto my cheeks. Just keeping it generally on the backs of the cheeks, just to add a little bit of colour. Okay, for my favourite part that I almost forgot about, it's highlight time, and I'm going to be using my MAC highlighter. This is an iridescent powder, and it's in the shade Silver Dusk, and it's just a super pretty lightweight highlighter. Adding a small amount of this to the tops of my cheekbones. Just going to pat it on. Hello, hello. So this is the finished makeup look. It's super pretty, super natural, very Michelle Keegan inspired. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit on the eyes for you so you can have a little closer look. Even though it's quite smoky and heavy on the eyes, it's because they are neutral shades, they do look quite natural. And again, with the lip being nude, it's nice and natural, so you could wear this for a day out. But yes, here you go. This is my Michelle Keegan inspired makeup look. I really hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Stay tuned because I will be filming lots more videos very soon, I promise. And have a lovely summer, being that it's summer in a few days. Woo! Hopefully you have lots of nice sunshine, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!